योगः कर्मसु कौशलम्।
Namaskar. I am Dr. Jagdish Joshi. I am Professor and Director of UGC Human Resource Development Center of Gujarat University, Ahmedabad. Friends, today I would like to introduce a personality who is in real sense a multifaceted personality. A person who has been working in various fields. Not only working, who has excelled in various fields. I am talking about Professor Dr. Ami Upadhyay. This is a very well known to anybody who is in academics in Gujarat. Not only in academics, but who is in classical dances and academics in Gujarat. She is the Vice Chancellor of Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Open University, Ahmedabad, Gujarat, India. She is a person who is a very good performer as far as classical dances are concerned, and she is a very good performer as far as academics is concerned, and she is an excellent performer as an academician. So I know her as an academician, as an administrator, and as a classical dancer. If I talk about the areas of her interest, they are Indian English literature, English language teaching and learning, gender studies, marginalized studies, translation studies, Indian poetics, distance learning education systems, Indian classical dances, Indian theater, cultural studies, and interdisciplinary studies. She has been in the academics for more than 20 years. She has been academician and academic leader. She is a member of more than 24 various academic and administrative committees and bodies in the capacity of chairman, president, member secretary, and member. She has been a member of various editorial boards and various reviewer panels at national and international level. She has organized various convocations, international conferences, national conferences, state level workshops, seminars, symposiums, conclaves, and youth festivals in last 2 decades. She has been one of a very proficient speaker at various HRDCs, at various universities, and on various occasions at various academic institutions. She is a member of Association of Indian Universities Governing Council for a period of 2 years. She is a member of the Executive Committee of the Gujarat Sahitya Akademi. She is a member of committee constituted by the Chief Minister Gujarat and Education Department, Government of Gujarat, to decide action plan for 5 years to enhance quality of education in Gujarat. She has been a member, an expert on the panel of various committees like EQUIP, chairperson of expert committee by UGC on various ODL programs. She has been a chairperson of the expert committee constituted by UGC to visit India Education Center, University of Himachal Pradesh, and lot of other committees. She has worked on various prestigious academic committees of MHRD, UGC, and Government of Gujarat. She has been constantly contributing to higher education in India. She has been constantly contributing to the betterment, the progression, and cultural aspect of India. She herself is a performer. She performs classical dances, and she has been teaching these classical dances since many years. Friends, she is a real guru in the words of Guru Dakshata. She is a proved Daksha Guru. That means she is a guru who is really Daksha to talk about Guru Dakshata. We have specially invited her to talk on Guru Dakshata. We have specially invited her to talk on the capacities of a teacher or a guru. What are the expected qualities of a guru or a teacher? So I would like to invite a guru, a proven guru, a Daksha Guru to talk to you on Guru Dakshata. It's over to you, Ami Upadhyay ji.
Namaskar. I'm very thankful to Professor Jagdish Joshi ji, Director, HRDC, Gujarat University. I'm very thankful because I'm getting an opportunity to address the teachers. Yes, it's a matter of pleasure and privilege to address the teachers. Whether we call it assistant professor, associate professor, professors, we are teachers. And that too I'm addressing in a program titled as Guru Dakshata. Guru Dakshata. What does it mean by Guru? Guru is guide, teacher, expert. Dakshata is ability, capability. If Guru is a teacher, guide, expert, are we expected to be Guru of the subject? I am Guru of English, I am Guru of physics, Guru of chemistry, biology, Hindi, English. Guide, when we call it guide, it is much more than that. When we talk about dakshata, ability, ability means I'm able to construct English language, sentences. I am able to understand a part of literature. I can solve some mathematic puzzles. I can teach them. So ability, is that limited to the subject, the content? No. When we talk about Guru Dakshata, we have to go to the root of Indian education system. In India, when we talk about Guru, we talk about Guru Dron, we talk about various Gurus. Dattatreya talked about 24 Gurus, and that proves what exactly we mean by Guru. Wherever one learns something, there he or she finds Guru. And when we call someone Guru, we expect to learn much more than limited subject content. At the same time, we do not ignore the subject or content expertise, but guiding. Guru is not simply teaching, but Guru means to guide, and that involves much more than simply subject knowledge. When Guru Dakshata, about training of the teachers we talk, do we really require training? So first, why training? Our former president said, Sarvapalli Radhakrishnan we celebrate Teachers' Day. What he said, what he told? He told that the best minds should be the teachers of the country. Now you see, we have various choices. First choice is to choose the best minds only. So only the best minds will become the teachers. But all the time it may not happen. So second option is, to whomsoever we choose as teachers, in the role of teachers, we train them to be the best minds. So this training is required. And third, very important thing is that in the time of competitive era today, to be the best today doesn't ensure us to be the best tomorrow also. We have the lists of best universities, the maximum, the richest people of the globe. They keep on changing, because if one wishes to be on the list at best, one has to strive for it. Today you are best, tomorrow you may not be best. So first option, either you choose the best mind to be the teacher. Second, when you have chosen a person as a teacher, train him or her to be the best. And third is, if he or she is best, to be at the best forever, he or she has to strive for it. So this training program is very important. I'm so happy that UGC named it Guru Dakshata. We quote, Chanakya very frequently, that in the four walls of classroom, everything is happening. The best, the future of the nation, the future of the mankind is shaped. And the teacher, शिक्षक कभी साधारण नहीं होता. दुनिया ने कह दिया, अब हमारी बारी है कि हम अपने आप से कहें कि अगर हम शिक्षक हैं तो हम साधारण नहीं हो सकते. तो ये असाधारण तत्व के लिए हमें अपने आप को तैयार करना है. This training program, Guru Dakshata, is for that, to tell us and to prove ourselves that yes, शिक्षक कभी साधारण नहीं होता. अगर हम में सर्जन और क्षणभंगुर सब कुछ सर्वनाश करने की अगर हम में संभावना है, तो संभावना को हमें हार्नेस करना पड़ेगा. So this training is required. We want to create the best nation, the best society, the best future, because we wish to create the teachers. When the teacher is created, every creation follows. Guru Dakshata is for that. UNESCO has declared 4 goals of, learning. Now, if you say learnings may have many goals, but when we talk about teaching, teacher has only one goal, and that is to enable learning. We want to enable learning. We want to cause the learning. We may try various ways for that, but the purpose is only one. Why should education is for what? The purpose of education what? UNESCO declared to learn to know. Now, to know is not limited to the subject. To know is a great word. We educate to know. So that knowing should take place. Know everything. That urge, that thirst for knowledge should be there. Education is for that. Education to learn to be. Unfortunately, the world is in the rat race of becoming. The teachers, the parents, they tell, if you want to be a cricketer, become Tendulkar. We should try to be Gandhiji. We should try to be Vivekanand. No, don't try to be, because they did not try to be. They were themselves. They were in the process of being, not becoming. So let education take place where the process of being is there. Third is learning to do, the dignity of labor. Unfortunately, today in the society we observe that I can do this, I cannot do. Can means it's not with the ability, but my designation doesn't allow me. My status doesn't allow me. So the dignity of labor is lost. And learning to do means learning by doing, project-based learning. When you want to learn to do something, do it. And once you start doing, you start cherishing the process of doing. And fourth, very important goal is learning to live together. The best companies like Microsoft and every, very great Infosys, all of them have declared that when they sit for the selection of the candidates for the company, they find the gold medalist. And they come and say, you give us the project and I all alone can finish. No, but you will have to have these 4 people with you as your team. Oh, I don't get along with him. Oh, I may not prefer her with me. Give me all alone, I'll finish. So people, I don't know, they have ceased to learn to live together, and the society is breaking in small parts and pieces. So education should make them to learn to live together. So when we teach them these 4 things. That's very important. We may teach them chemistry, biology, English, Gujarati, or any other subject, but we should not fail to this. Something very important is that when we enter into the class, we should be passionate about teaching. I'm a passionate teacher. I love to be in the class amongst the students. I love to teach them. So passionate teacher, we should enjoy the process of teaching, because till the time we do not enjoy the process of teaching, the students will never enjoy the learning process. And the moment we do not enjoy anything, what use of it? Education, tell me, education is for what exactly? Is it for information? Am I here to impart information for on the name of education? No. Because Google does that. Students are faster in case to have information rather than me and you. So it's not for information. So are we doing it for knowledge? If we are doing for knowledge, and if that knowledge makes you very heavy with the burden of knowledge that you cannot be light-hearted with the students, it's of no use. It's not for information, knowledge. Then third, wisdom. Yes, wisdom is very important. Information, when we get understood completely, it becomes knowledge, and when we are able to implement it, execute it, when the time occurs, it becomes wisdom. If everything in the world is for information or maybe knowledge and wisdom, why the whole world is talking about happiness index and peace of mind? Very frequently we come across with examples with people with highest success rate, very famous celebrity. commits suicide. Why? They were celebrities. They were rich enough. They were successful also. They were gold medalists also. They might have been. They had all the information, knowledge, wisdom. Then why suicide? Why ending this beautiful life? Why ending this beautiful life? Because the peace of mind is lost. There's no happiness. So we wish to teach the students that also. The life is very precious. It's beautiful. The world is beautiful with common, small, petty negativity here and there. But overall, the world is beautiful. The life is beautiful. We want to teach them that too. Strive for the happiness. Strive for the peace of mind. This education should empower you in such a way that you not only become the taker from the society, more than that, you become the giver to the society. After education, you should have some strong urge to return to the society. We want to be teacher like that. As a teacher, we should be very creative. When we are creative, every day something new. When we wake up in the bed, we feel that what new I will make reach to my students today. How my experience of my students today would differ from yesterday, and how that tomorrow's experience would be different from today's experience. We want to teach our students to be curious. हम जब छोटे थे तब हमारी आंखों में एक विस्मय था. हर रोज कुछ भी नया देखो तो आंख में एक विस्मय था. ये कैसे हुआ, ये कैसे हुआ, ये क्यों होता है, ये कैसे होता है. और जब हम बड़े हो जाते हैं, दैट क्यूरियोसिटी, वो विस्मय कहीं गुम हो जाता है. वो विस्मय के साथ जो जिजीविषा होती है, द स्ट्रॉन्ग अर्ज टू लिव लाइफ कंप्लीटली, वो भी अपने आप में खत्म होती जाती है. विद्यार्थियों को हम सिखाना चाहते हैं कि अपने आप में जिज्ञासा को कायम रखें. क्यूरियोसिटी, क्यों ऐसा होता है, वो क्यूरियोसिटी होनी चाहिए. आई डू रिमेंबर व्हेन माय डॉटर वाज टू यंग, and then I was busy in the cooking. She opened the fridge, she closed it, she repeatedly did it. Then I asked her, as to a small child, I asked that what are you searching for? And she said कि मम्मा मैं जब ये फ्रिज खोलती हूँ तो ये लाइट चालू होती है, और जब बंद करती हूँ तो मैं तो लाइट बंद नहीं करती, अपने आप में वो लाइट बंद हो जाती है. So then I explained her that when you close it, this particular place, the switch is getting pressed, so the light gets off on its own. फिर मैंने बोला, देखो, you see, your mama is so intelligent. My child was sharper. She said, that's fine, mama, you are intelligent, I agree. But this is not intelligence. She said, this is information. आपको पता था ये बंद होती है इसलिए. अब मुझे 1 सेकंड में मुझे ये पता चल गया, तो क्या मैं 1 सेकंड में इंटेलिजेंट हो गई? Now you see, I learned from my daughter that intelligence is much more than information when she was a small child. As a teacher, we should be lifetime student. Lifetime student. Every day, what did I learn today? And honestly speaking, with my more than 2 decades experience as a teacher, I would say that our students are the best teacher. We can learn lot many things from our students. I have learned. I would say that in my growth as a teacher, many things, many attributes, they come from my students. So be lifetime student. So first, teach them to be curious. Teach them to be creative. They should be creative enough. Now, when we talk about startups, innovation, this and that, एक idea आपकी जिंदगी बदल देता है. What is? That's creativity. Unfortunately, we talk a lot about innovation, startup, creativity, and all these things. Where do we teach that in the classrooms? Where do we teach that in the universities, colleges? So somewhere in the content also, somewhere in your approach also, be very creative. Okay, enter in the class every day with some anecdote, some joke, some puzzle. Enter in the class and ask a question. Okay, in the spelling of apple, how many times P gets repeated? And fatafat the student will say, double, madam double, ma'am double. So P gets repeated twice. No, when you write it for the first time, It's first, it's not repetition. So repetition is once only. Now you see, this is something thinking out of the box or not. That impulsive thinking also checks your IQ level. Talk with them with IQ level, talk with them about the EQ also. That in life, emotional quotient is equally important, sometimes more important than your intellectual quotient. Try to increase their SQ, that social quotient and spiritual quotient. With social and spiritual quotient, they'll be able to digest the failures also. My dear faculties, my dear fraternity, teachers, we need to teach our students not only to be successful in life, not only for the victories of the life, we need to train them very importantly for the failures of the life also. Everybody fails. I do remember, Harsha Bogle's one of his interviews, he very beautifully explained that in army, many a times, if I'm not, years back, I came across that video or interview, that in some countries' army, all successful people are never appointed. They check whether they have failed or not. If they have not failed, they will not appoint them, because they say they've never tried, they have never passed through failure. We never know, we don't know how would they respond to failure. In the same interview, he said that Vinod Kambli and Sachin Tendulkar entered at the same time in cricket, but Sachin knew how to bounce back after failure, so he succeeded. So bouncing back after failure, we should teach our students that also. Till the time we do not have all these qualities, values, how would we teach to our students? So it's very important that we have all these things in our life. After the journey of 20 years as a teacher, I feel that when we talk about teacherhood, there's no destination. People may call the best teacher award is a destination. In that case, I would say the journey is more beautiful. My being with my students today, I remember my hundreds of students that I would thank all of them, that for whatever Ami Upadhyay today here is because of them, because I cherished the journey with them. Every moment I was a new teacher. When in every moment of your classroom you find yourself to be a new teacher, you are a true teacher. A new teacher is a true teacher. New means you are filled with newness within yourself. Every moment, oh, beautiful, oh, beautiful. So whenever, every time you leave your class after 30 minutes, 50 minutes, 55 minutes, do you feel enjoyed? If you feel that enjoyed, the journey is valid. The journey is successful. You do not need validation from outside. You need not any certificate from outside external agencies. With one example that I read years back, maybe decades back in Reader's Digest, it's a true story. You may Google it and you may get it. I read it decades back. An example of cattywampus. There was a teacher in the class, a newly appointed teacher in a school of maybe social sciences, and he started teaching on the first day of school, first day of the week, about an animal of cattywampus. I read it maybe years back, so maybe information a little bit here and there. He said in an ice age there was an animal named cattywampus, and he had entered in the class with a skull of an animal. He kept it on the table and started explaining. Wonderful teacher, very good teacher. The students were so attentive, listening every word with all punctuation marks. And after the whole completion of the whole session, 3-4 lectures, then he said, now I will conduct a test of this particular chapter, this particular information that I have provided, and we will see who performs what. The students were very happy. They performed so well. Everybody was expecting full marks, because they remembered everything that teacher taught. They needed not to mug up things. Then teacher gave 0 mark to all of them. Why? He said, there is no animal like Cattywampus. That's, I know the whole story I made up. The students were first very enraged, angry. So you taught us wrong things. The teacher said, why didn't you go outside? Why didn't you visit library? Why didn't you meet other people? Why didn't you confirm the facts on your own? I am not omniscient. I am not all-knowing person. So let there be more sources of education, knowledge, information available to you. When you have strong urge to reach to the knowledge, you will find out the sources. Don't think that teacher is the only source. The other teachers were very angry. Why didn't you ask question? You should have asked too many questions to me. You did not ask. You accepted whatever I said. You did not doubt me. You should have doubted me also. You know, the co-teachers, the staff members, when the students started asking questions, they were very happy that this is good lesson we learned from our teacher. Now the other staff members went to the principal complaining about the teacher. Sir, he misguided the students. He told not to trust the teacher. He told the students, he encouraged students, he provoked students to ask questions. Now students keep on disturbing us in the classroom by asking questions. My dear teachers, where do we find that teacherhood? Yes, we should encourage students to have maximum number of questions. Why? Why not? Who? Where? So when, who, where, why, how, more questions will be there, at that time there will be really abundance of sources of knowledge, wisdom with them. The role of teacher is like a bridge. We become the bridge. Once our students pass that bridge, we should be ready to get broken. We should be ready to disappear, to become absolute. Sometimes the ego within us does not allow to accept that my student does not require me now. He is capable, she is capable. Somewhere we should be happy. Sometimes, unfortunately, general statement, I'm not talking about all, but many a times it happens that as a teacher we feel bad when our students becomes greater or maybe at a higher position. Teachers of Abdul Kalam ji, they were known because of Abdul Kalam. As a parent, we are proud when we are known by our child. If someone comes that, okay, she is his mother, I should be happy. I think I should be happiest for that. In the same way, if tomorrow I'm going to be known by my student, no teacher can be happier than me. My student is greater than me. He or she has earned more recognition than me. Who would be happier than me? I would say I would be the happiest person on the earth. I took many time, but I feel that I didn't miss to this opportunity to talk to the fraternity of teachers. Believe in yourself. No designation, no position, no power, no money. Nothing is greater than potential within you to bring positive change in the society. You create the doctors, you create the scientists, you create the ministers, you create the prime ministers. You create the nation of tomorrow. You are the creator. You are the Almighty. Yes, you are the Almighty who has might to change everything. Wish you all the best, not only for this training program, but I wish you all the best for the whole life. I really wish that tomorrow there would be hundreds and thousands of students with a success in their life, reaching to certain designation, position, bringing huge changes in the society, in the world. And they would be dedicating the credit to their success to the teachers, to the you, this mass of you. Wish you all the best. Again, I'm very thankful to Professor Jagdish Joshi ji and the entire team of HRDC for such initiative and for inviting me for this. Thank you so much. Wish you all the best. Thank you.
I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude to Dr. Ami Upadhyay, who is a Vice Chancellor of Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Open University, Gujarat, India. She has talked about various aspects of the roles of guru or a teacher. Really, when I was listening to her, I got illuminated. She has talked about many aspects which I was not aware of. I guess it will be very useful to all of us to make ourselves more capable, to make ourselves more effective as a teacher and guru. I would like to thank her on behalf of UGC Human Resource Development Center of Gujarat University. I would like to thank her on behalf of all the participants and Gujarat University. Thank you very much, ma'am.